This is the painting I want to work on today, because I forgot that I have to give this. I want to finish this picture to give it for July Patreon, and I remembered I haven't finished this one. And I've been doing pretty well today. I'm a bit hungry, goddammit, I should have eaten something. But all in all, I had a good few days, a bit tired, but okay. Play some music in the background for me, I don't know, it won't be too loud for you. Gotta do digital art, and I was looking at this picture for some time, and oh hi y'all. Always sharing feels like sorting old stuff, and believe me, the sharing part for everything is actually really takes up a lot of time. Now you go and oh, my desktop, oh my god, look at this horrible mess. Sometimes my art pen Wacom drivers 7 of 7, oh man, so good, throws away pencil. Yeah, this was painted very like traditionally almost, with a few brushes that I used myself to. I have a lot of Kyle Webster brushes, but I made some of my own, and I'm giving away some of them on Patreon. Size. I do the resizing with Alt and right click always. It's much quicker. I got your tweet and came here. Whittle Rain, thank you. Thank you for being here. Welcome, and I hope you will learn something maybe. This is my personal artwork, and I just want to add a bit more details to it before I put it out for my Patreon content. And I want to still keep the painterly feeling of the painting. I want to add some depth and maybe increase the already big depth of this painting. So I want to make it a bit even more depth to it, so it will be interesting, very delicate. And I'm going to use some of my own brush presets for mixer brushes, for regular brushes. I will be doing the stream in Photoshop. Hey Panicio, I accidentally fell in there. I hope you didn't break any bones, my man. Welcome. Try and do this. You probably won't even see the changes I'm making here. To my mixer brush and use this big brush that I made. Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello. Thank you, Whittle Rain, for following me on Mixer. This is one of my mixer brushes. It's very painterly. I'll show you, like it gives the very painterly feel with this brush, and I love using it to blend all the edges. Also 7 of 7, thank you for following. I love you, won't you tell me your name? Or I don't know the lyrics. So I really love doing this brush because it helps me to not focus on details. I don't want to have details here in the background, for example. X-Smash! Joel, don't X-Smash my stream, goddammit! Saluta! Saluta! I have a little bit of texture over. Give me a better feeling while painting. Yeah, buy me a cup of coffee. I made a coffee account. Oh, Oh, the penguin did it. Yeah. The penguin... It's Gunter, goddamn. He's allowed to do shit. Ooh, family stream. No swearing. Do some selection. Quick selection. How is quick selection working? I'm not sure. Let's switch to quick selection. Yeah, W. Come on, work. Sample all layers. Work quick selection. I want to see what you select. Nah. To the point of this image, let's center it here so you can see it better. The point of this image, like these two people here, are seeing this big ass ship and they're liking it, so they want to go down to the pier. I think actually the name of this painting was "Let's go down to the pier." I still have to do some detailing and some maybe separation of things, but I'm really actually quite happy with this one. Even in this detail level, it looks real. It looks like this is like a world somebody lives in, and also it looks very like somebody painted the picture. That's one of my recent things that I like to do. Let's remove the signatures. I don't need them. Recently I took up a more traditional feel because makes... How large is the current canvas? Let's see. Oh, it's only 3000 pixels. Yeah, that could be fixed. Let's fix it. Let's make it 6000 pixels at 2000 dpi. 6000 pixels on 200 dpi, big cubic sharper. Now let's do preserve details. No, it's always okay. Bicubic smoother. Okay, this should be. Yeah, I use large brushes, so it's good that I change the canvas. So when I zoom in like this, it almost looks like nothing. It's just like. These are like trees in the distance. Smaller. I also use a lot of mixer brush, as I said, to soften some areas, to control the strength of the brush with the flow. I just basically, I can smooth out things, but I can also make some details here. Switch to my regular brush, and I hope my ads won't be too irritating because I set up my bots to spam my stuff a little bit. These are like little trees on an island. This is kind of a river or something, or frozen in ice. So I will leave your imagination figure out what this is. So this is a slope of a mountain. That's what I know. And Simple Collection, thank you for following me on Mixer. I love ya. Also resizing my brush a lot. This resizing brush gives you a lot of different strokes with just one brush. Like this brush is kind of gritty. big, but it gets a completely different feel when it's smaller. I pick around all the time, that's what I like doing. And sometimes I like scattering color. Yeah, I like introducing some color dynamics, like a hue 10% or something like that, maybe saturation. So every stroke has a little bit of undo. Check my language. Serbian, yeah. When I switch to Serbian, my keyboard resets. My keyboard switches Z and. Oh, come on! What is this doing? Is the color? Pick this color, I get this. Ooh, not good. Need to up again. Color. Purity. 0 +1. Nah, make it +1. Let's see how it's worked. Okay, this is better now. I still get a little bit of hue variation. Thank you, Joel, for rereading my stream, man. This needs to be more in the background, and I have a tendency to use my keys, my numeral keys, to set the opacity of things. Let's try keycast. Oh yeah. Press any key to try. Alright, you should be able to maybe see my... Let's configure it live. And I need to push it somewhere behind the camera. Modifier, keystroke background, text font, opacity, corner. I don't see where can I move it. Sorry for this, I have to position it here. Have to check. Works. Excellent. And move this here. I know that will be stopping working for some time, but it will be a little bit annoying, but it won't cover anything important. Left click. I should do it again. Mouse action. Nope. Left click, double click. Mouse on with modifier. Okay, work now. Pick. Yes, works. Great. I have all the clicks on the screen. I don't want clicks on the screen. Mouse action. No. Save. Great. You can also use the clone tool a lot to just add some detail here and there. Also resizing and positioning. And my art and driver failed again. Let's just... Okay, works. I have 7 viewers in total. my Stream Pro gives me that number. Details on these trees, make them lighter because I don't need a lot of darks here. use the clone tool just to add some. Switch the mode to lighten. Lightener. See what we get. Oop. Oop. How this can work. Just gives me additional detail to work with. That's why the clone tool is really nice sometimes. Let's put some color in and kinda easier to the little house. Can you actually hear me? Hear my voice, because I have the mute. God damn it! I think I have the noise gate activated. You can't probably even see what I'm doing here, but I like noodling around and just Chip is covering a lot of ground, so it will cover these highlights. Stream jar. You are annoying. Here's Stream Jar. Let me give me a second. Stream Jar. No, Stream Pro. Stream Jar. Stream Jar. App channel sort view. It's tweeting out a little bit often. Work ticket. Overlay integrations. Chat. Hands. Just give me a second. Just drive. Cup of coffee. Roll minute. Do 9 minutes. Hey Cursus and Picarto. Thank you, man. Thanks for getting on the stream. This is the complete image, and I'm going to work on it and my driver again. Wacom's drivers are sometimes so annoying. I'm just doing this stream to make this image a bit better and see what can I do to improve it. Maybe if somebody has any questions about technique, I maybe can demonstrate something. Holy moly, it's Gila! Yeah, boy fruit! Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm finally able to do proper streaming and I'm feeling okay today. So we're doing a live stream. I want to cover some of these little texture effects. I think I put an old painting and just added some canvas texture from the painting. This is like a maybe looking down. Yeah, I haven't been streaming for a lot of time. You're back, hoping to see you more regularly. Me too, man. Because Patreon, goddammit. Twitch is the oh goddammit, I can't think. Twitch has been one of the staples of my creation and actually helped me to start with Patreon and everything. And if I don't stream, I don't see so much new people supporting me on Patreon or giving donations. And also, it's a great way to make a lot of personal art, which is always a good thing to me. I like doing personal art. Sample always. Soften a little. Just go in the smudge tool and jitter. Yeah, I have an art pen and let's lock it. Project. No, I don't want it. It's kind of harsh. Why not? Let's keep the projection. I have the Wacom art pen and it's welcome Prophecy Designs, thank you for following. I love you, I have the art pen, as I said, and it helps me maintain a traditional feel when I'm drawing. I like to rotate my brush tip a lot, and having an art pen, it's fortunately a little late for me, but I hope you have a great stream. Well, it's late for me too, but what can I do? I hope I will have a nice stream. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. It really means a lot. This noodle stream. Noodle. Get in the ship a little bit more. Add a bit more depth. Let's see. Also use the dodge tool. Oh, but I like using the clone tools and the dodge tools and burns a lot when working on flattened images. Similar. And on the ship. We make some lines thinner, like this one. Grease the brush. Boop. These are like maybe guys on the ship. Very like, should be non-important. I'm just light hitting here. I have the hue variation pulled. Make I just put it like this. If I see some rough details, I will just want to remove them or affect some mixer brush like here, or just the clone tool and sample it and boop. Switch to darken. You can see you can add a lot of details just by using the tools in your disposal in Photoshop. It's a bit better. So you need to blend some shapes to make them simpler. They will read better. Blue from the shadows here. You can add even more. Why not? it. See, this ship is almost blending in the background. Was the idea. I just need to take care of some and also picking the color from the canvas from all around the canvas, adding some interest. Adjusting the trees just by these sharp little shapes. Human laboratory, welcome. He said, fuck, it's good. Krashmir, is that you, right? Human laboratory, Krashmir Yelushits. If I remember well. Blemishes. I will use the mix. Or the clone tool, better. Whoops. Is it a regular brush? I already have the brush tip is very painterly and textured. The brush too. I'm using the bristle brushes. Bristle brushes, I hate to say this, they really work well with the art pen. Oops, well, let's leave this. Colors here and there. A cup of coffee. Yep, StreamYard tells you. Not StreamYard, the coffee website. I saw it and I was like, why not? I know some people would like to support me, but don't have funds, or they don't wanna do, how to say it? They don't wanna commit Patreon. Patreon is kind of, you know, commitment. So you can do a one-time donation on coffee if you ever want to. If you don't, never mind. See, I put some lighter yellow color to yellowish. It's very desaturated, but because it's surrounded by its own complementary color, it looks more yellow. Put it in to delineate where the fading sun already hits the hillside, or whatever this is. Hillside. Or houses. Or lights. Trees. Background. This. Yeah, already now I notice a lot of changes. There is cargo on this. Goodbye. Whatever this is, the line in the ship. Little like rain. Yeah. But we don't wanna do that. Family stream swearing. No smearing. Brush to black. I plan to add some textures on it later with Topaz plugin, the effects. I have been using it, or it really works nice. Adding some basic effects, post-production. I'm playing around with warm and cool colors, putting some cools where warms are and putting some warms where cool are, getting some. Also playing with the saturation. This is almost, a lot of parts are almost non-saturated, completely desaturated, as I don't really like to. I'm trying to ease off from with the saturating. A little bit. Signify where the sun hits it. It hits the snow and increase the brush size. Daubing and see what we got here. Different brush, but I'm too lazy to do my art pen roundish. This is our default round brush. I just added to my presets. I'll add some straight lines here, some color. Make some of these lines a bit thinner. And one can add a lot of details with simpler rounder brushes than with the painterly ones. Sometimes painterly ones are not really good, even though I enjoy the painterly ones the most. Those are my favorite brushes. Why is this tree direction? It shouldn't be. I should be darker. Light it from this. Give a few highlights. Nothing too big, maybe. Signifiers that there is snow on to use some details. They are not really necessary. I'm picking all around. Brush too. Okay. Is behind the house, so I will use it. Grease the smudge tool. Rub it up. This is a preset called, I can't find it. I forgot somewhere. A good preset, I like it. Gives a smoothing Fact. I don't want it right now. Hey Eddie, Sketchmazoid. These them some sick nasty paints, my dude. Thank you so much. This is a revision of a painting I'm working on. I just want to make it a little bit better. So I can print it nicely and exhibit it on conventions or wherever I go. I'm going to a convention in Croatia, August. Never forget the branches that are towards us. I always forget about those. Little crooked tree. This signify where the light comes from. This little thing happens when you press Alt Shift and Control. I'm happy that in Cartoon World there are no branches towards us. Oh God, I believe you. I believe you. They're so complicated to paint and draw. I should do the tree like this. That's why actually I am often just doing the green winter trees. They are kind of a bit simpler in that aspect. They're simpler in that aspect where you can more easily do the branches going towards you. But this is simplified, as you can see, so for this, but doesn't need to be hyper real, but man, it's always useful to have this knowledge. This tree, for example, it's very loose. Suggestions of branches, maybe mix them up with the background. Maybe very loose. I'm actually rotating my art pen in my hand so I can get different angles. This is a branch going down. Making it a bit more realistic. These disappear. I'm using the round brush. I will switch to up. Don't want this. Switch to art pen, bristle point, grainy. Let's try this one. One is more solid because it gives me these kind of strokes. This one gives me the possibility of like doing all kinds of different angles and all different kinds of different forms because I have the art pen and it will let me mess around with this point here. So this part here is covered a little bit with this. Covered by either it's maybe lower down in the valley, or something is giving it some shadow. I just wanted to pop in and see what you're doing. Gotta roll. See ya, dude. Good luck. Thank you for getting in. Oh, this is forming really nicely, I'd say. A little bit of mixing color and the background. It's always useful to mix it up a little, because just wanna use my own big dry gouache. Whoops, it's big dry gouache. Yeah, this is a brush I made for myself. I'm using it all the time. What I wanted to say, I wanted to say that blending in, messing around with edges, sometimes very beneficial. You don't want the hard edges everywhere. Sometimes you just want to add in some soft edges to soften the painting a little bit. And Sketch Mazoy, thank you for tweeting out my stream. Really helps a lot. Twitter actually really helps. Twitter is amazing for artists, and I'm using Twitter all the time. Lock it. Yeah, we can lock the color. Sometimes my Wacom drivers for the art pen fail me. I need to. Oops. I'm sampling all the layers here. When I'm using the smudge brush, I often all the layers. Just a personal preference. By grass. Visual interest. Like here, see, it's very simple, nothing is detailed or explained too much. I want to leave the viewer, give them the chance to interpret the paintings. No, I don't need to sell everything. And one interesting thing for getting details is putting the clone tool on darken blending mode, and it will give you interesting details. No. Just putting snow on the light side. On like the highlight side, I know the light comes in from here, so I just put it here. And sell your shading, doing the light side. Here, let's soften. Softer. Good evening, Sir Artist. Oh, good evening, Sir Droid Boy. Lowering my opacity of the brush because So I'll slightly separate this. And now I want to merge all of these shapes here. I'm using low opacity on my brush. I think I'm on 2, but let's make it 5. Blend these brush shapes all together because they are not important. They can be blended in a little bit more. Also here, this shadow, under shadow. Add some random saturated part here. Do some not quick selection, double. I fear that the selection is very slow. Sample all the layers. If Boyfruit would stream too, I would have hard times deciding what to watch. Well, I think you will get me more rarely. I had to say that word. I don't stream as often. Boyfruit, I know he streams much more than me. Come on, go. I did something. Here's my brush. Try Kyle's new. Okay, I was in the mask. Yeah, it's that I'm using a lot of Kyle Webster's brushes because they do the job, and he really made some interesting brushes to help you with the details. I like the noisy ones too. Sometimes it really helps. Party. Let's do this one. But, out of all the brushes I like using, I like his dry media pack, and inspired by that I made some of my own brushes. Support my lovely art pen that I love so much. I like to pick around. This menu again, it's what you get when you press Shift, Control and Alt all together. That's when you get this. I like using this menu because it quickly gives me a way to lighten and darken the current color I'm on. Or desaturating. Saturating does miracles. Or saturating. Do a punch. Right. Use the clone tool and this. Give me interesting detail. Or sometimes give me the lighter color, a darker color than what I need, which is actually really nice. This path. Yeah, I didn't finish. These are like sled marks. I don't need so much blue here. At one moment, a part of this, these houses or whatever, gets under shadow. Paint like sci-fi. Adjusting it. Sci-fi maybe. Industrial. Arts is very nice. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I mean, for commenting. I really like it when I leave an impression. Ah. Industrial part of it. And smoke. Little. Now. I will leave it like this. It's just the highlight of the tree. Blending everything in as much as I can. There is something big. Some more deep black, little hints of bush. Then we'll transfer to foreground. I really enjoy when you use sci-fi as a scene, not as the main subject. To have a great landscape and then there is a robot, but it's a big part of the landscape. So sweet. Yeah, this is sci-fi, but not like in-your-face sci-fi. This is just there is enough sci-fi. You can see that when you see the one little moment like this, like hovering ship above everything, tells you that this is science fiction. Readable. We can make like a int other. Bigger. I'll see if I'll leave this in. Let's try with some pretty little. I fuse it with the background so much so then you look at it, oh my god, like it's a shadow of a spaceship or something. There's a few sharper lines. Maybe I can use it. What? You're streaming? Yeah, I am, Guitar 77. Welcome to the stream. Simple hints that this is a solid shape here. The edge control is sometimes very, very important. I'm hinting that this is like a spaceship here. I am very, very... Hi. Bring it. Grid. Grid. Go away, Grid. I don't need you anymore. Go away. Sure. Today I didn't do any art except some icons for a commission, but most of the day I was outside with friends. Oh man, you should go outside with friends more. I should always do that too, because I like being with people and among people. And I don't really have to do art all the time every day. It will just get me burned out. Do the lasso to sharp line. Red and just up here. Give me a sharp edge. Yeah, I was also today out with friends with Mustakrakish, my fellow artists, and Discord server. What are the star-like lines for? What this? For composition. It's kind of movie analysis basically. It gives me the golden ratio lines and something very similar to rule of thirds, but a bit more towards the golden ratio. So I have some interesting diagonals intersecting that you'll maybe the eye will maybe keep going to that point. So I used two main like subjects intersecting on these lines here, here. Ah, goddamn it, language. Yeah, those are like, I put them in a lot of my paintings. Yeah, it really helps. I recommend like taking Hotel. Oh my god. Welcome, man. It has been a long time. I haven't been streaming for a lot. You lost your modifier edge because I haven't been streaming. You haven't modified anything. Yeah, I wanted to finish this picture because Patreon ends. July Patreon stuff is ending very soon, and I just want to give people this image in a bit better quality. Just want to take care of some details. Yeah, I took a long break from streaming when I was in Croatia, and now it's time to get back. Brush bigger. Horse days. Doing lips here. Here I will need some sharper lines and some softer lines, so I'm using very saturated colors on this image, in a lot of the image, because sometimes you really don't need to use a lot of saturation to get everything. Sometimes it's just good enough to have different colors from a different part of the color table. They by themselves are causing the other color to be more saturated and to appear. This is everything, this is bluish, but it's also almost completely desaturated blue, but it still looks like orange and blue, because orange and blue don't like themselves in any form and shape. Shadows here. This is some like detail here. I can use it to hide the light direction a bit. Maybe these are people coming, or this. Ah, it's too much. Undo. We'll just signify the light direction here. Be enough. Put this in. Maybe a hanger. I need to mix everything up here, blend it up a bit. Up. I'm picking around the canvas a lot. Lighter color. Light is play of light and shadow, basically, this entire image. The lines are very rough. Everything here is under the shadow. I don't know if you can hear me. If my voice drops out any moment, that's because of the noise gate. I have noise gate enabled. I have a lot of noise in my neighborhood, new neighborhood. I'm living on a very transit rich street. It's kind of annoying. But I'm simplifying it wherever I can. It's really important for me at least. We can hear you good. No noises whatsoever. Great. That means my noise gate is doing its job, keeping out all the annoying noise. Opening up this color dynamics, working out for the mixer brush. The color dynamics is not available. Yeah, let's do this one important thing. Let's hide a cat here somewhere. Add a cat hiding in a bush or something like that. Add a kitten somewhere, that's fine. Oh, put it in here. I'm stalking your accounts and I really like the maintenance run. It's a very nice picture. Yeah, it's one of my earlier images for this series. It has its own charms. But I decided it's too very similar to Simon Stålenhag, and I don't wanna force it too much because it's clearly influenced by his art. So I don't really promote it too much. But I think it's good enough. Let's move round brush. Ooh, it's so big. Everybody witnessing here knows where I put my kitty. Smile. Small brush. Has like white fur. Yeah. White of fur. White tail. And part of the head. Ah, it's confusing. Make it Wilky. Oop. If I increase the size of the brush, maybe. It's an Easter egg kitty. Who cares? Bring back my washi. In this line. Everything is very simplified here, and I want to keep it. I want this image to be like painted by hand. I painted probably. I painted by hand. I don't. So this cools me down on a warm day. climb down a bit more gradual. Like the bush. At dark. Nighty night, Joel. Have fun. Not. I'll be streaming for an hour or two more. Yeah, I'm kind of tired myself too. Yeah, you can actually really notice the difference. Even with this little stuff. Some kind of vehicle, right? Yeah, it's like in the background, but it's a very far background. It's depth. Yeah, I've been practicing. I've been practicing adding depth. Really helps selling the image. It doesn't even need to be super detailed. You have a good depth in the image. Would be nice. I'm very gradually like going into these details here. I'm see as you guys can go back. All right. I'm approaching this very gradually. So here something is blocking. There is, let's hint at that. Others lower here. Just obstructing these clouds. So you can just play around with lights and colors, lights and shadows, and you will probably sell the depth of the image. Highlights here. PCS illustrations, PCS illustrations. The texture and colors are so subtle, it's hard to tell it's digital. Yeah, it was painted with a very traditional way. These few textures I have in are from traditional painting canvases. That really helped me to have a feeling of I'm actually painting. And I use my mixer brush, which also has a very natural feeling with it. And you can see a lot of bristles. It's actually the bristle brush in Photoshop, but I have art pen, and the art pen gives this brush completely different angle on it. You can see I can make all kinds of lines. Oh, this is actually not bad. Maybe in front of the sun. Yeah, I can do a line here. this is fail. Not, we'll just remove it. See how it goes. Try the mixer brush. Oop. It almost looks like a nuclear explosion, honestly. Right, let's go with this.
Step of the way beneath the glassy lake.
Oh, the sun is a nuclear explosion of some kind. Point taken. Yeah, it's like a cloudy day and it's breaking through the clouds a bit, so I will allow myself. Size the brush very little. Sample the color and add some highlights there. Let's select everything I made here. Format load. Oh, what did I do just now? I forgot I had some strokes on the sun. I put it like this. The mixer brush really gives almost a traditional feel to everything. Color. Getting the same. If I don't like it, I can just holding the S for smudge. Clear up the things. Also maybe add some more depth, adding hints. The landscape is continuing, but everything is devoured by the atmosphere. Why not? A lot of details in this painting, but I'm trying to approach them with very detail-less view of painting. So I'm like shooting my own, how to say it, shooting myself in the knee. Acting weird. Blend a bit more here. Sometimes I like doing this by switching my brush to luminosity normal mode or painting with the luminosity mode. It equals out somehow stuff. It works best when you have a full painting of like not, it doesn't work well with particular layers, but it works well with oh goddamn, the flattened image. Right now it can't work. Also, I'm not doing it. A few details here, nothing serious, just a few hints. This is like a road down. Need to a little bit.
He combed his hair in a frying pan. But Sally, where'd you get your liquor from? He washed his face in a wagon wheel. Sally, where'd you get your liquor from? He died with
I need to maybe put some snow on the top of this.
Sally, where'd you get your
Add.
liquor from? Well, Sally, you ain't no doggone good. And Sally, where'd
merge some shapes here in the background. Here in simpler and areas that are under a little bit of atmosphere, so I won't be needing any details. Maybe. Add this color as a highlight. Adding some sun reflection down, because the sun is reflecting down a straight line. Here I won't, because I don't. Very subtle reflections, very subtle highlights. Even merge them a little bit. Sun reflects. I can make the reflections simpler, not just a bunch of white dots, but some whiter surfaces. Part of this is catching sun, but not too much. We're using the smudge tool again to little trees here. Adding depth to everything.
Which was a dirge heavy sort of old time sea chanty death metal band that we had back in Providence, and but the way those things go, people split and people's tastes evolve and change, and new ideas that can't be reconciled with the band's original identity.
I hope people will like this image. I really do. If you want to get this image in high resolution, you can go to patreon.com/Zhillustrator, my username here on Twitter, on Twitch and on Mixer and everywhere. And you have a few more days until I mean, today is the last day of June, so, July. No, it's not the last day, but it's very close to expiring, so use your chance to become a patron and help me continue streaming, and also getting yourself some nice things from me. I also send out physical rewards, artist trading cards, and similar. Also, as a patron, you will have a few more privileges, like prints. You get prints for cheaper on demand. You get your name. Your name is into every giveaway I make. such something. That is a plus side. Yeah, actually it is. Patreon is one of big part of my income. It dropped a little bit this month. I do give my patrons a lot of privileges. Like they always get either discounts or those giveaway names automatically into any giveaway I do, and I'm starting to do. I had 2 giveaways in July, and one of them went to patron. From $1, every patron gets his name into my giveaways. You get like more, maybe like not a privilege, it's like a first chance to get something. Easter eggs in illustrations. Also, I can do some like plant some flags in my illustration, and like the flags would be of patrons' countries. I like to do that too. That's interesting to do. Night window. Basically, the best way to support me is by Patreon. I don't wanna lie about it. It's the best way one can support what I do if they like it too much. It gives me the motivation to keep it up. Always some new personal art. And if I hadn't made my Patreon last year, I would probably have a lot of less personal art than I have now. I'm kind of built up my portfolio, basically built up my portfolio on personal work, and all that personal work was shared on Patreon. And yeah, at one point it made almost half of my complete income. And it helps when I don't have work, if I don't get commissions. I had luck, and this month I had a few commissions to help me out a little bit. It was really helpful. I will hopefully be able to show them very soon. I made like a sci-fi horror character in vein of Adrian Smith. Something like that. Adrian Smith was big inspiration to the client, I think, because it's like a Emperor of Mankind type of character. Warhammer!
Play this next song for you. This is another one of our confused songs to play as the ship is sinking, so to speak.
Yeah, it can be lost in the background.
Picture the next
Smoke here.
the man taking the tickets as the
Soften.
ascend the ramp to the.
Yeah, this needs to be simplified.
Now tonight's the night when the waters rise, and you're groping in the dark.
So this too.
Ticket takers
This is like
men
3.
can afford the ark. The ticket takers will not board. The ticket takers.
This is a fence here. And
5 and change an hour. Count the passers-by.
I think it's readable that it's a fence, but let's
Now they say
separate
the
it
sky,
a bit.
the sky is about to fall.
And then I will just
Down come all them record books, cradle and all. They say before he bid it that the boxer felt no
they're like these,
but somewhere
but the winter trees.
with a ticket in the rain. taker. Many tickets have I torn. And I will be your ark. We will float above the storm.
Right, using a different brush. Let's use the mixer brush, but pick one of round brushes. To add some highlights. Yeah, we can add on the top of this fence.
I keep a stock of weapons should society collapse. I keep a stock of ammo, one of oil and one of gold. I keep a place for Mary Ann, soon she will.
Better go with the regular brush.
And Mary Ann, I know I'm your long shot, but Mary Ann, what else have you got? I am a ticket taker, many tickets
We
have I torn.
go this tree.
And I will be your ark. We will float above the storm.
And now we can brown color maybe.
Marianne, I know
Red.
I'm a long shot, but Marianne, what else have you got? I am a ticket taker, many tickets have I torn.
Now we can
And I will be
really just add a bit of detail.
we will
Okay.
float
It's
above.
close enough. It's close enough to warrant closer detail. Yeah, but I'm trying to go with the form, so doing strokes like this. Ah, come on. Ah, let's leave it. Leave it in. Leave it in.
Left Louisiana on the rail line. Left Louisiana on the rail line. Lost my love before her time. Lost my love before her time.
Okay. But
On the way
red, right?
to Ohio.
Fish. Color of this book. Even use this
If you knew love was just a
light
shadow.
patch. Yeah, I can use the light patch color to
If
simplify
you knew love
stuff a
was
little
just a
bit.
shadow.
As you can see, it's.
'Cause once you found love, you don't know how to find.
I think it's better.
Yes, once you found love, you don't know how to find new love.
Tighten this a bit. We don't want it so dark. I'm using the brush 20 opacity or something like that. Mixer brush. Mix it around a little bit. Use these texture shapes. But also follow the shapes, so doing lines like this.
Yes, you'd hear that voice singing in the pine.
Also trying to unite the shapes and simplify them
Saying,
if
bless
possible.
your soul, you crossed that line to Ohio. Oh, bless
The
your
dog
soul, you crossed that
chasing
line
after these people.
all the way to Ohio, all the way
and I'll get maybe a textured brush. Texture also gives me something valuable, like little thin lines here. See, doing little thin lines can represent grass, or because yeah, if there is snow, you can find grass in snow too. There. Use the tool a bit. Do another. Hope the music is not too loud, but if anybody is even watching, it's okay. So brush again, taking one of the lighter whites. Lurking is great. I appreciate lurking. Yeah, I don't want to have music loud. Yeah, thank you for confirming my suspicions that it's not too loud. It's a bit loud in my headphones, but it's better to be loud in my headphones because I wanna talk a bit louder so I can hear myself. Yeah, I don't want to bother anybody with music. Why? I've been crunching like this. It's horrible. I have bad posture. Sometimes I have to put a glance up to my tool palette to see which tool I'm using, especially if I have the same brush tip. Let's don't do that. It's very hard. My big dry gouache brush. Use the so I can. If I switch the brush to mixer brush, I already know that I'm using the mixer brush because my current mixer does this round brush thing. And my oh, it's not, yeah. Yes. My irregular brush is doing the textured one. Out of this.
It's a song called Cheatin'.
We meant to rehearse it also backstage, but forgot to.
Blend everything.
It's an E-flat horn. It plays great in E-flat.
Automod. Get lost. What's automod? Am I having something in my stream? Kind of difficult to.
Can tell by the way you're smiling. You ain't never smiled at me that way. Is how I can tell.
Kind of difficult to. So I'm not having anything in my
Just the other
chat.
They asked me for some sugar. I've never been asked for sugar ever before. That's how I could tell you've been cheating.
Yeah, music loudness on Twitch is a phenomenon. Yeah,
It's okay.
I'm like not hearing my music and somebody's no man. Zip zip. Hey, Jill, are you streaming on Twitch as well? Yes. My username is twitch.tv/Zhillustrator, or somebody on YouTube commenting on my stream. I can use more services for streaming. I'm using restream.io. Gives me the possibility to stream on like a lot of different platforms. I really like it. Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch too. I'm streaming on Twitch, on Mixer, previous Beam, previously. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Beam, Picarto, and... Oh, birdie boy! I'm still online. Yup. I wanna do this thing properly. Yeah, usually streams! I'm glad I'm streaming. I'm 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. in Serbia, but fuck it. I'm gonna go over there. Yup, you're welcome. I want it softer. And now I noticed something, that I have like a line going from here. I just want to get rid of it. I don't want it. It's unintentional, so break it somehow. Yeah, when you notice these little how to say it, tangents in your images, it's a great way to improve your art. Basically, when you start noticing these little tangents and removing them, and you can see now I broke this line. I just want to maybe break it here more. I just came home from a long car drive in faraway place. It's super late now, but I'll watch this anyway. Screw sleep. Haha, that's called pure loyalty, you know. It's birdie loyalty. Where's my brush? Come on, oh, here. Sometimes get a tendency to lose the... And yeah, I can see another tangent here. 8 p.m. for you, yeah, you're in USA. Yeah, you can see this is happening. Opa, this. This thing. And I just want to remove it somehow, so let's do this. Damn, I'm just watching how they did the details, and it seems like a lot more work to achieve than traditional look digitally than you did it with actual paints. Yeah, because with actual paints you get natural like details. If I broke... Yeah, that's one of the... Photoshop maybe, it's just Photoshop's fault. Photoshop is sometimes really hard on doing stuff to look traditional. Other programs like ArtRage don't have that problem. ArtRage is a beast. Just happens automatically, yeah. Yeah, I think I broke the tangents a little bit. Yeah, I use ArtRage on my Wacom Companion. It's really good for tablets. It's made for mobile phones and tablets. I like how it works. Break another tangent here.
Now in the end, you'll be alone, forlorn, let death does creep.
Bay
So hire yourself a chimney made
mountain thing.
and smoke
I'm gonna paint a happy little dirt bike right there. Yep, that was the idea. Pretty little dirt bike, right? The happy little dirt bike that lives just there.
terribly important to
Happy little kid
the state.
lives just there.
The score, write the record straight.
Soften a bit.
Free as slaves, we're on the
Characters.
he lays. What's sweet and knowing flesh. Saying in the end,
The brush.
be alone, forlorn, let death does creep.
Ah,
So hire yourself a chimney made.
I've seen some projects, software being developed that simulates watercolor. Rebel, I think. Also, Expressi. Rebel has really good watercolor. And Expressi also. Expressi is like ink simulation. It's a running ink simulation. It's really, really good.
My manic depressive true love leaves me forlorn. As a
I'll probably buy Rebel at one point because it really has the best simulation of watercolors in any program I've seen ever.
saying pretty girls,
It even catches the angle of your tablet if you have a tablet. It catches the angle of your tablet and the paint runs if you have a tablet and paint digitally on it. I tried it on my companion. It really works.
to hold the smart
Believe me.
flesh. Saying in the end, you'll
And
be alone, forlorn, let death does creep. So hire yourself a
there's a demo of Rebel. You can get it and try it. It's really, really powerful. But other tools are meh. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of it. It would break. It would break my immersion into painting. Watercolor is great, but acrylics I don't like. I don't like the pastels. I don't like. I like the ink pen. Ink pen is really nice in Rebel.
and a man of his state right before he dies must clear the black pages that tarnish the mind.
Brush.
In a Bible and a bath of formaldehyde, he soaks the smart flesh.
Softening everything a little bit,
In the end,
adding a bit
be alone,
of details and perspective.
forlorn, let death
I'm trying to do everything manually, not add any texture, no, or painting it without. I have a texture over everything. I had a texture over everything. Right now I don't. I try to make the textures by myself. Roll the edges a little bit. Oh, you can make your own brushes in Rebel. That's really useful. I'm probably going to check it out. Thank you, Ixie, and also welcome. Even I know you're one of my most. I see you on the end of every stream, and you're like, "Thank you for streaming. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you so much." Isn't Rebel a Nerf gun series? Yeah, they have an unfortunate name. It's very hard to find them.
for the soul hovers idly just outside the room.
It's for me, it's the same problem like Paintstorm Studio. Paintstorm Studio is excellent thing for $19. It's really powerful, and it has this stupid name. That's it's very unsearchable how to say it, and also it PS, you know, PS, Photoshop, Paintstorm. Don't do that. You should make it like Kabuzi Jabuzi, like being something different, so people cannot associate PS with Photoshop. I mean, people do associate PS with Photoshop. It's like a tool of 25 years and 30 years, how much? And they made an awesome program with a lot of potential and just give it a super stupid name, like Rebel 2. Rebel is a horrible name for a program. What it means, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Rebel artists, oh my god.
It's been our great honor to be able to come here and play all these shows in Germany. We are very grateful. We're glad.
So people naming the art programs. Paintstorm Studio, yeah, that's the best name, yeah. I have a brush pack for Paintstorm Studio because it's really good. It's really good program that suffers from a lack of useful brushes sometimes. A lot of brushes are show-off brushes, so you can see what it can do. So I made my own set of Paintstorm brushes. I have a free version, I have a paid version, and they really do well. They help you paint traditionally almost with very little effort. Basically, Paintstorm is something like Corel Painter. Corel Painter Lite.
The world, say 80 years ago, must have been such a quiet place. Everything is so loud now. These things, they didn't have PA systems back then, and they didn't have diesel trucks, or I guess they had trains. 80 years ago?
Lighter here.
Get out of here. They didn't have skyscrapers. Our sound guy pointed out, yeah, it's so loud in cities because you have all these parallel structures, and the sound just gets trapped and bounces around. And you could hardly get any peace anymore. And this next song is
Yeah, you make all the software names be completely random.
a song about preserving
Interesting.
the old as we.
Oh, but Rebel, I don't want to lose my train of thought. Rebel is really powerful. It seems like, but it's cumbersome a bit and not snappy. The shortcuts are, for me, are not really good. I think they will fix it with years and everything. This is coming out dope. Yep, thank you, Z's. Yeah. Yeah, this won't get more work. This is, for me, a lot of detail and a lot of... I mean, it's not too much detail, but it's a very big landscape. Like wide, and I don't see myself giving it too much work. Or I just want to see it, make it look nice, and maybe get rid of some unnecessary parts. You can see how it was before I started. I think it's a lot of change. Yeah, you can get me a cup of coffee by this is like a small donation of $3 or something like that for people who want to support me but don't want to do like Patreon stuff. Patreon is kind of bigger obligation. I won't be mad. See the big depth of file. This landscape, I really like it. Bit of this blue. If they're scrolling back or zooming out to look a painting at a distance view, this was made like that from the start. I was doing it for the grayscale version. Show you the grayscale version. It was the grayscale version and got this. I was thinking about that from the start and I solved most of the things when I was in grayscale already. And you can see everything is basically the distance is figured out and everything, and then I made a lot of color corrections, a lot of different things. Or now I also have a black and white layer just to see how it looks. And now I have this. So most of things have been taken care of in the earlier stages. This is kind of maybe confusing, but because I put in a ship, this is like a zigzag, maybe a bay of some kind. It's going like zigzag, but it can also be landmass. That's one of the things I want to leave to the viewer, like a snowed over, iced over, frozen landscape. Should do an autosave definitely, because for some reason Photoshop is really chugging. Save it. See my black and white currently. Yeah, I think it's not bad. This is a nice way to check black and white adjustment layer. You can even go and switch it to luminosity and see if something will change. Luminosity basically just messes with the value of everything. It doesn't move, saturation doesn't move. Or so if you just put this on Photoshop, why are you being a bitch? This is the black and white adjustment layer. My composition layer. A bit above. Let's name it revision 1. And this is the This painting it somehow manages to have a ton of detail and have no detail at all. I like that.
Thanks so much for coming out to share some songs with us this evening.
Put some blue. I managed to make a painting detail without details. Achievement, man.
Now once I was happy, I had a good life. Yes, I had enough money to buy me a wife. Then I met me a woman, and we went on a spree. But she taught me to drink and
Makes sense, right? Yeah, because you know, doing a lot of doing everything here in a high detail level would take me months. I'm a slow painter and I don't have much patience, so I like to suggest detail, and I like my viewers to maybe do their own thinking in an image. I don't want it to be over designed. I could probably go and just super detail everything. This everything very detailed, but there is no need. It's not suiting me basically as a painter. I like to do less details. Also again, mixer brush to mix everything up a little bit. I use mixer brush sometimes. It's just a glorified smudge tool. Really does a great job at smudging, better than the smudge tool.
gather round, brothers. Won't you hear me, my friends? Now these are the words they're gonna write at your end. Now these are the words they're gonna.
And using my art pen as much as I can, just twiddling the angle, I can mix thin and thick lines, whichever I want. Lighter color. And let's get back to the normal brush more. This bush here. Shadow of that bush.
Amen. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
I'm painting on one layer at the moment. Maybe I should do more, but I don't feel like it. Using one layer is good. Simplify everything. Make your life easier. Believe me. I mean, I'm lucky I don't have to work for animation or anything like that, so I don't really have to take care about the layers. Right now I just do whatever I want, layer wise. Some blue here for a cold. Breeze here. And I also try to remove any like dark or blacks that I see in the image, because it doesn't make sense a day like this like wintry evening, snowy. Snow is reflective and it reflects all around, and there is no sense in having like black or very dark, except maybe this guy, because I want it visible. In the sun highlight. See again this, all of the shapes underneath the sun directly will get a little bit of extra highlight. The snow is reflective and it will add to the realism. Using the mixture brush, then returning back to color.
If your clarinet should break, do not cry a million late.
Often. Sometimes just specularity can help sell something. It's maybe a frozen ice or that, so the specularity type sell your paint. I mean your materials and everything. Let's do this. Add some highlights. I will not. Kyle Webster new style. Really an intensely grainy brush that give me maybe a snow texture, which is a bit better. The snow's reflections are a bit more grainy.
If your heart is unemployed, do not rush, but do not stall.
Dry wash.
Your hand should lose its grip.
I'm picking canvas. It's one of the things I like to do. Now let's maybe play around. Maybe sun is coming. Give those trees a little bit of depth. Let's mix it here, this gold tone. here to shadow of this of the trees. Yeah. So maybe pick this brown from here, introduce it somewhere else in the image. I mean,
when semis came onto the interstate. I was right. Hey, we're
in it.
grateful for the chance to play for you. Thank you so much for coming. And would play leave on this note is a song by Daniel Johnston. True love will
And
find you in the end. You'll find out just who is your friend. Don't be sad, I know you will. Don't give up until
hinting
love will find you in.
on hinting on some window.
This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking can it find you. For true love is searching too. How could it recognize you unless you step out into the light, Don't be sad, I know you will.
As I go to the background, I just get it lost in details. I mean, detail get lost, so no need to further complicate. Here and introduce a little bit orange. This purple that I have here in the background. I think it's better unified like that. Give it a hints. Here. My stream jar wants to everybody to donate me money. Wahahaha. I have to program it better. See what time it is. It's 2 a.m. man. Ooh. Second. Oh, my mouse is. Yeah, notifications. Oh, somebody bought me a coffee.
Live sessions in studio. Next up, it's
Your coffee.
Anthem. We had the pleasure of their company last spring, and they are back in studio. Good morning.
Hi there. Hello.
How you doing?
Artists are factories that process coffee into creativity.
Excellent. Well, Smart Flesh is the
We'll
new
see.
album. We've also got a show tonight at the Autry Museum.
Awesome, thank
over at
you.
Griffith Park, which we will have
Let's see who
tickets for
bought
in
it.
a little bit, as well as autographed copies of Smart Flesh. Well, let's get into your.
It's
first,
anonymous,
shall we?
so
It's the Low Anthem
it's
live on
okay.
KCRW.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
On my way home, by that lonesome
You can see my Patreon here while I have it open.
on
Yeah, I'm currently in 169. I have a decline of a few people, so but it will settle itself out around 190, hopefully. Alright, back to this. Somebody bought me coffee for the first time. Adorable. Around with this here. Really don't need to add much detail, maybe. Basic, some of basic shading, we're merging it with the background. Because it's easy to notice that this is a ship hovering over the landscape, or it can, if you want to think it about that, it can be like a spaceship, hovering spaceship. It can also be like a regular ship on a like building yard or something like that. Let's suggest some. We're looking at the ship from the top, so able to see side here. A highlight. Should be able to on brush. This. No, I'll just add a few lines in a very light color to suggest. Suggesting details is sometimes the best way. For me, it is the best way. I like to suggest. It's one of my favorites in my art. And maybe we can just put in a little bit of it. No, see if I keep this, let's see. I won't. They're floating around. Yeah, this will be enough. Little trails. Be sure. Now let's put a billboard here, maybe. Something's reflecting. Wow. Soften it a bit. Ship is big, maybe this is like a crane here. See me puffing out my chest. I hate to be so vain. It's all part of the game. All just part of the game. The matter of time. Trees. I just have a bit more details over at some more important parts of the painting. And I don't have to fear. So pull me through the mirror.
She pulls me through veneer, just a matter of time.
Keep going out. Interesting thing to add to your painting is maybe some areas where something goes under shadow and you can clearly see, like here. This ship is making a bigger shadow here. I'm making snow here be very light. And when it gets under the shadow, it gets a bit bluish and much darker. And then it goes off out of the shadow and gets lighter again. So that can also help with selling lighting a bit better. I can extend the shadow here. The sun is really low and the shadow will be like this all the way. It will go like this. See? Yep. Blue a bit more. Break up the purple.
Each last bit of myself. Did I turn my back on the kid in myself and tear the oldest roots in the charlatan's pursuit?
Probably hearing my chair. This is all from imagination, so I don't really have a lot of things to fall back to. Maybe add just a few more shapes. Light here. See. Now, this. I'll just leave this part here because it gives me kind of a pointer to the ship. Shadow hit by the spaceship, drops a bit of shadow. Pretty blue a bit. Prolong this shadow a bit. I want to show where the shadow stops. Begins.
Let's enjoy that last shivering arrow. And what kind of smarting loon believes that he can shoot the moon? Calm these frailing nerves, may ask to be preserved. There I was ashamed and mute, just fumbling around for my parachute and gliding through the rain.
Well, smaller
Not a drop
accents from
while the world
this.
drifting farther away.
Do I need them? Enough. Brush a bit. Some icicles and throw.
Don't you rush me, 'cause I'm over the moon. I ain't yet right to come down. A rose is a rose, a balloon,
Like this music, I have to remind myself what it is.
right now.
Low anthem. Yeah.
Don't you work for your father, 'cause he ain't no salt of the earth. They're your soft little palms, 'neath the Hollywood palms, where they might just do well by some work. Now, hey, all you hippies, you got a bad name ever since.
I can hint at some like industrial structures here. Add a bit of highlight.
Yeah, you know how they feel, 'cause you're hip to the steel. They're strutting.
I'm just suggesting stuff sometimes. I'm talking about suggesting stuff too much. Suggesting, blah blah, suggesting. Chill, man, and suggest the shit out of it.
How you just wanted to fish, said I'll live off the grid. You said life should be easy and free.
But I hope
Till just one bad
maybe somebody got something out of these like talks that I do and talking and painting. Because it transfers to other media. It's not exclusive to digital art. Especially for watercolor, suggestion is one of the strongest tools to make anything pop out or make any details without much trying. These watercolors are which they're hard to master, and it's very important to be able to suggest details in your watercolor.
how these fireworks erase all the low-flying planes.
Like painting only the highlight or painting only the shadow, something like that can work awesomely. Simplifying everything and just making your shape this, like a cube here. Because a cube is an unnatural shape. Whenever you see something very flat or parallel, or it will stick out of the organic landscape, and you will think, yeah, this is man-made. Or just well-positioned highlight will sometimes do the job. This is a faraway fence. Suggesting structure by making a vertical line, completely vertical. Just the structure. This has a lot of details and no details at all at the same time. I kinda love how I made this. I wanna do more like this. Very grateful to work on something like this. You don't like kill yourself with details and kill yourself with overwork, and it's just makes you feel real nice about it. And I feel really nice about this picture. You can see very subtly I added the cold color to shadow side of these elements. But very subtly. It's almost completely desaturated, but it still looks like blue here. Because as I said once in a stream, in this stream, complementary colors don't need to. Suggestive painting, so wonderful. Did you use a gamut to find this limited palette, or is it just from so much experience? Well, this was mostly improvisation and a basic thing that I wanted to make, like a late afternoon, early evening, polar almost. Polar evening was an inspiration, like polar evening, somewhere where sun doesn't shine so much. And this was, that was the inspiration for it. Yeah, suggestive painting is really nice way to go about something. Also, it teaches you simplification. Gives the viewer a little bit, like, you know, not everything is given to the viewer on a platter, so he or she can have fun in deciphering what this means or what this is. And at least I don't like over-designed stuff. That's why I sometimes don't like concept art, for example. I get really bored by it. Because it's everything is really over-designed and everything needs to be explained. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't really. I'm sure I could go in and paint each individual little tree, but what I like about your paintings, leaves a lot of room for interpretation. Yes, boy! You can see now I blended the light parts, like this little shadow and this little hill here. So I just blended them a little bit because there is no need. Yeah, Birdie actually bought a print from me and he's talking about the image. It's always wondering how did it work, how did it get here, and that's a mystery, man. Mystery. Because I don't have a story in my head. Gotta go, thanks for streaming and responding. PCS illustrations, good night, and follow if you followed me, I think you did. You'll get notified about streaming, so we can talk next time. See you, man. Thank you for being on the stream and asking questions. Bye. I'm always like putting the layers on and off to see something needs to be changed. Yeah, maybe I could my mixer brush. Get the edges here of the painting. If I do like these art pen strokes, it can be really subtle. Why I like using the art pen with the mixer brush and using this bristle brush. Really gives you a traditional feel, like you're holding a brush.
Sees a high wire man there before the sun, and goes home at night where he beats on his son. And the playwright in the attic in his skylight of sun has a cigarette.
Yeah, with more depth. It really needs to be. So I'm smudging it down and
Suggesting redemption will be easily possessed for less than a pound of flesh. How it's terribly important to every man of his state. Settle the score, write the record straight.
make look like some cargo is here.
Sweet and knowing flesh.
No. Undo. I live this.
For lonely death does creep. Just hide.
Dream Jar is my biggest chatter. Always asking for money. Dream Jar. StreamYard is the service I use to connect Mixer better with my. But for right now, something is wrong with its Mixer follower count, so I'm not using it too much.
Dressed up and adorned, my manic depressive true love, she leaves me forlorn. As a rooster crows at daybreak, the pond has a cigarette on its lip, saying pretty
Blue here.
go and take your time,
Shadows.
for Lord only knows how
Longer shadows.
and I chase them clear through the ends of time to hold the smart flesh,
Here's also.
knowing in the end
Now,
for lonely death does creep.
trees, everything.
Yourself, the chimney made, and smoke yourself to sleep.
Off to sleep, sleep goals, good night.
I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game.
Thank you and have a good night. I will be here for maybe half an hour more or so. Oh my god, you weren't following, that's horrible. Oh my god.
Must visit the judge in a new
There we go.
saying judge in your robes, oh judge so wise,
Yeah, I think this is better look for the ship.
on your lip. And the man of the state, every time that he dies, must clear the black pages that tarnish the mind.
The submarine.
Bible in the bath of formaldehyde.
Do like
He soaks
big like
smart,
do do.
smart flesh. As that unknowing tumor is there fixing its home in the damp bed of the catacomb, and the raging war out on the high wire unfolds as she buries her teeth in the flesh. How the world's a machine, and you know that it's true, for the
Here.
soul hovers idly just outside the room. It loves itself wildly, but what can it do? A cigarette on its lip, knowing in the end you'll be alone, for lonely death does creep. Just hire yourself a chimney made and smoke yourself to sleep.
Sebatas angin bertiup lembut.
Yeah, this looks
Batas angin menyentuh untukmu sebatas angin menghiburmu di saat gelisah datang.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit late. I'll probably end the stream very soon.
Turun menyapa sang panas datang memujamu menyambut menyapa. Hanya sebatas angin, hanya sebatas angin, hanya sebatas angin, hanya sebatas angin. Saat
Engine
hujan
here.
turun menyapa
Yep. I don't want the corner of the ship to be directly.
memujamu menyambut menyapa.
Positioning my brush actually sometimes very tricky. You have to really position your brush like this, and it really works like that. You have to really do this motion with the hand, with the brush, so you can get precisely the strokes you want. That's one of the great things about the art pen. Gives you that possibility to use your brush like you'd use a real brush. That's a really nice thing. Well, sometimes you have to choose a particularly good mixer brush. I think I made myself a few really good. Also the flow of the mixer brush works like that. You get your flow more, you get more visible strokes. Less flow, your brush is subtle here. Also increase the brush size, that will help. doggy. Or maybe not. Fuck, we really don't. Clear that it's a dog. It's running with their owner. Maybe add some blue.
Alam bercahaya kegelapan, bulan memandangnya tertawa.
Shadow on it.
Senja berlalu
Or that's very hit by
tak
part of the helmet,
pesan
part of the ghost.
malam berdatangan,
Feel
menunggu Tuhan datang, menunggu Puan
rugged.
datang.
Those tires are other. Shield, yeah, with me. For some frostbite, yeah. The future! It's the future! Everything is well. The light to rim the character.
Jiwa dalam setiap nada dan kata, bicara tentang jiwa kesunyian
You can see the color dynamics in work,
manusia.
giving a slight hue adjustment to every stroke. I really like that.
Bicara tentang kita berkelana, tak tahu arah. Bicara tentang makna dalam rasa yang sudah gila.
Adding some details, adding some more trees here. Back. Parts hit by this.
Tenang, ku tenang
Softening them a bit.
bila
In the smudge tool.
bertemu cinta. Hilang, ku hilang bila cinta bertemu jiwa.
So we can add another like bike already. Going down. No. Yeah, let's try that. Add another future bike. Int character riding a bike. Or not. not sure. I'll paint over this, add some more detail. Maybe there is a guy standing here. Hey! Come back to the trees! Good, this person here. Bicycle. Yeah, we can go with this. There's a guy. Something. You would even able to see it, but I'll know it's there. And my music is to the blues. Let's do them blues, man. Oh, this looks really nice. I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied. How are you doing this lovely evening? If anybody's with me still, man, I hope you're doing well. Well, I am doing this nice little painting, having fun with it. See if some areas need merging or additional detail. Increase the brush. Fran is now hosting me. Thank you, Fran from Mixer. New people, maybe. I'm nearing the end of the stream because it's probably about 3 AM. But I'm glad to have some new people on the stream. Talk with somebody and maybe get new followers, and that would be awesome too.
See that world.
tool again and soften some things.
The reason I'm going because my baby's there.
What could I do? What could I do? Yeah, if I'm doing this, then it's probably a good signal that I am more or less happy with how everything looks, and that I'm just looking for other things to mess around, even though there is maybe no need. I mean, I'm sure that some other painter will be like, oh my god, look at this is not good, and this is not good. But I'm doing my stuff, and I really don't I'm finished when I think I'm finished. I always return to paintings. That's one of my things I like to do, like return to a painting after a year or stuff like that. Returning to a painting after a year is like very, very interesting always. Oh, let's keep this in. Soften it up. This is it's the future! In that. Then we'll pick this color and switch to 1 opacity and just give the little hint of it on the snow there. Here. It will be very, very noticeable because it's the only vibrant color on the screen. Because why not? Why the hell not? Let's. Everything was very desaturated. Maybe we can do, you know, this theme. Like a futuristic design of a house with. And now because I put in this color, I have to reflect it on things. So that's one very important thing when adding new colors, especially in the snowy stuff, because snow can reflect a lot of stuff. This is still not. I still need those brushes, Fran. Well, this is a chalk brush, which I adapted to have a slight texture. Let's see. There's a slight texture on it, and I use my art pen to whittle it around, and brush projection to make it longer, and like this, project it a little bit. So this is a basic brush, but yeah, I have a mixer brush that I made from the one of those bristle brushes that came with Photoshop. They really work well with my brush pen. I mean, with my art pen. Oops. The dodge tool. Dodge it a little. A lot of people always say that like brushes are not important. No, of course they are important. For me, I need a brush that somehow reflects traditional painting. Oh, I love your 2 bits too. Oh, thank you. I will keep it up. I need a bit motivation to stream more, but having people on and talking with them and getting like Twitch followers and Mixer followers and donations and everything, it really keeps up everything. Keeps everything up, I mean. Use the proper English, man. So it does keep everything up. Shadow here.
Danny on the call, everybody.
I will try to keep it up. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't. Yeah, I'm doing this yellow colors. I don't know why, but I want to introduce some like vibrant color. Maybe this is like a futuristic house design. That was my like the original idea. I can maybe do another stripe here. I'm gonna be lurking, but keep it up. Thank you. I'm okay with lurking. That's cool. Love your paintings, natural feel, like true oil paints. This is a secret. It's not a secret. I haven't painted with oil paints ever. I didn't touch an oil paint in my life. I haven't touched an oil paint in my life, but I hope to once. I think I would be okay with them. I'd be decent, probably. Let's see, insert one of these stripes here. Very subtle, very subtle, very subtle. Somehow unify smudges on the house. I'll see if I'll keep this. I'm not sure, but I don't see why not. Maybe just a little detail. The tree. Trace it. Yeah, I think that hints of this light design or whatever. Yeah, I think that this actually works nice. Now when I put this yellowish light signal, because I don't know, it's just this little detail gives it a sci-fi feel. Just this one little detail of this yellowish.
We're gonna play this next one for the main man.
Yeah, because it really runs well with the oil painty feeling. This is like, look, a Russian landscape from the 23rd century. This is not a Russian landscape, this is Yugoslavian landscape. Somewhere in Yugoslavia, Alterslavia, as I call this entire series of paintings. Alternate universe, where no horrible things happened in Yugoslavia in the 90s, and we managed to prosper as a region, have some nice things once.
North Mississippi, and we know right from wrong. Yeah, my mama taught me right from wrong. Back home in Mississippi.
I mean, there's no politics in these paintings. Just like a bit of utopia, maybe. It's not like dystopic, horrible future. It's kind of, even though in some paintings you can find that maybe they're looking a bit dystopic, but I try not to be. Not my personality, doesn't suit me. I'm a generally positive person. I wanna try and give some positivity. My paintings, birds, paints. I don't want to use the concept art bird. Oh, I should put those concept art birds, like the stamped birds. Then my painting will be complete. Here, sun. Good sun. Good enough. Or yellowish signal. Do some smoke.
Baby, please don't leave me.
Oof. Switch the brush.
I hear the wind blowing way up top the hill. I hear the wind blowing way up top the hill. Down in the valley, everything is still. I hear the wind blowing way up top the hill. Climb to the top of the tallest tree. Need a wind.
It's intense. Mix it up with blue. Yeah, feels like more part of this world. I mean, you can't have intense yellow in a bluish atmosphere. It's just this is about half, 2/3, good enough. And Stream Jar again, wanting everybody to buy me coffee. Yeah. I had my first coffee donation today. Yeah.
Don't bury me in this cursed ground. Don't bury me in this cursed ground. When I die, let me fly. I'm nothing but a sound. Don't bury me in this cursed ground.
Much tool a bit, softens. We don't really need sharp. Oh, I need this area sharp. Yeah, I need to soften this up. So this bush here a bit. Give it continuity. And some purplish, bush, brownish color. Then come in with the blue, dim down the shadowy parts. A lot of color here is very desaturated, which is really helpful sometimes. You're painting in grays, and then whichever vibrant color you put in, it becomes super vibrant. Because of color relativity. Color relativity gives you another set of tools to play around with. No. Another like a stripe also on the ship. Desaturated.
So let it roll, good lordy. Let it roll. Let it
No need.
roll, lordy. Let it roll.
Yeah, I can put it here. Yeah, be good enough.
In the sky, keep it turning.
Signify maybe there is some lights here.
Let it roll, good
Yellowish.
lordy.
Good light.
I heard it there bell toning, good lord. I hear him tone. I heard it there bell tone, good lord. I hear him tone. Your time has come along. You'll be there, but not gone. I heard the dead bell toning. Let it roll.
Finish the stream. Let's see what time is it. It's 3 a.m. Yeah, I think I'm finishing the stream. I might continue this image. I might continue this image. This. Continue working on it, but I think for now there is really no need. I should put this to print and see how it holds up as a print. I might do some post processing effects or something like that, but I think at this moment there's really no need to go further, because I see that I've given it everything. I cannot think straight anymore. Did not work in progress. I did a lot of changes in this revision, and let's put in a Patreon watermark and my signature. I put this, or let's just this corner, put it now.
You got to move. You got to move. You got to move, child. You got to move.
I want the signature up here, so let's move the Patreon stuff.
Get ready.
The Patreon watermark.
You baby high. You baby low.
Now we can make it less opaque here. Yeah, because if everybody wants to support me doing this, the best way to support me is over on Patreon. It's a great platform, it's very personal, and I get it very personally. Save this. I think it's okay. I don't see any like big fails. I think it looks nice. Not because it's my painting. I think it looks nice. Printable and awesome. I will try to keep the streaming up. I'll try to keep the streaming up in August, at least if it's not hot. So because if it's so hot, I can't not stream. I'll try to do stream once a week in August if I'm able to. So you can follow me on my social networks. You can scroll down on my Mixer or Twitch or YouTube, anywhere. You can find me on social networks and follow me everywhere. I'm mostly active on Twitch, on Twitter. I do a lot of giveaways on Twitter. I interact with people, reply on tweets and everything. And you can follow me on Facebook, on my Facebook page, or just go to my website and see all the available links. Thanks everybody for being a part of this stream, and I hope you liked what you saw, which is changing an illustration from this. From this, which is like almost finished, to something like this that can pass as a finished picture if you look at it from my point, like not really going into hyperrealism. Because if you want to go to hyperrealism, just make a photograph or hire a 3D artist. A lot of my previous streams are streams where I paint thumbnails and I begin paintings, because a lot of people tell me like, oh man, welcome to your streams, you're finishing paintings, can we see like how you start paintings? Yeah, you can. Just go to my YouTube, Zhillustrator Paints, or my old account, which is linked also. You can see a lot of older streams where I start paintings or start from scratch or start from like... And hello follower, thank you for following, Kostia. So just follow me everywhere and you will be notified on when I'm streaming. I have a lot of paintings, I want to finish a lot of, I started a lot of paintings, I need to get finished products, and I probably next stream I will either refine an illustration like this.
Hello, I love you, won't you tell me your name? Hello, I love you, let me jump in your game.
Yeah, another thank you for following, Kostia. Next stream will probably be something like starting from a middle stage of the painting and continuing to something like this, or something like the previous revision of this, or maybe doing a grayscale version or something like that. I don't have a fixed schedule, I don't have a fixed process. I'll do as I can. Right now I would continue painting, but it's 3 AM here and I'm getting kind of tired. I haven't eaten a lot, so I appreciate you coming back to my stream and saying hi and following and hosting, and I hope to see you whenever I stream again. Who knows, maybe I can stream more. Maybe I could do every few days, but I have to see. Okay, thank you for the stream. See ya y'all. See ya y'all. 2369. See you on my Discord. Say one final goodbye to everybody, and I'm stopping the stream right now.